The fastest way to lose a boundary is to explain it. In the next 10 minutes, you'll learn the repeat the boundary technique.
The simplest method to shut down pushy, rude, or passive-aggressive people.
Without arguments, without speeches, and without giving them openings. You set a boundary. They push back. So you explain. Then they twist your explanation and push again. That's why you feel trapped. Because you keep giving them new words. Today, you stop giving words.
You give the same line. You always say that.
Here's the technique. Then, 5 ways to use it in real life. Pick one boundary sentence. Repeat it word for word. No upgrades. No emotional speeches. No new details. Because new details create debate. Repetition creates a wall. Your job is not to convince them. Your job is to train them. This is the line. Example boundary lines.
That doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me.
I'm not discussing this.
No.
We can talk later. Pick one. Stick to it.
They want your reasons so they can attack your reasons.
They say, "Why not?" Explain. "Come on, just tell me." You say, "That doesn't work for me." And they ask again, "That doesn't work for me." Again, "That doesn't work for me." Why it works? They run out of angles. No angles. No argument. They throw digs like, "Must be nice.
They want you to defend yourself.
You say, "I'm not discussing this." They smirk. "Wow, okay."
You repeat, "I'm not discussing this."
Then you move on. Why it works. It refuses their game without drama.
They pressure you, talk down, or push deadlines unfairly. You say, "I'm not available for that." They push, "Just do it." Repeat, "I'm not available for that." If it continues, "We can talk later."
Then end the conversation. Why it works. Professional tone plus repetition, Latinx, you become unbaitable. They say, "After all we've done." They want you to fold. You say, "No." "That doesn't work for me." They escalate. "So you don't care?" You repeat, "No." Why it works. Guilt dies when it can't hook a story.
They cut you off repeatedly. You say, "Let me finish."
They cut again. Repeat, "Let me finish." Third time. "We can talk later." Exit. Why it works. It turns disrespect into a cost. Because it removes control. Manipulative people want.
Your emotion.
Your explanation. Your flexibility. Repetition removes all three. It makes you predictable. And predictable boundaries are hard to break. Rule 1. Same words, same tone. If you change the words, they search for loopholes.
Rule 2. No facial apology.
No nervous smile. No softening.
Rule 3. If repetition fails, add consequence.
Repeat twice, then remove access. Boundary without consequence becomes a joke. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. ET. Watch. If they try to humiliate you.
Because humiliation is what people do when repetition stops working, and you need a response that ends it instantly.